So I just want to make a quick video about training during season. I had a question over Instagram asking me about how many days per week you should be training during season and how heavy you should be lifting. This is probably a topic worth talking about because this is a common question. So to start off my answer, I'd like to say I am a proponent of training frequently and training heavy during season. Now it's all going to be dependent on the sport you play, the type of schedule you have, and a lot of other factors as well. So training is all about applying an appropriate dose of stress to elicit an adaptation or to at least maintain certain physical qualities such as strength, speed, size, power. Now when we're in season, we want to be able to do this without inhibiting our ability to practice or perform in the sport. Now I can't give you a full program in a video like this, but I can give you some guiding principles. So the day after a game or a competition, I do find it valuable to come in and get a workout in. And there are really 3 things I'm looking to accomplish on this day. One thing I'd like to accomplish is to reintroduce, for lack of a better term, high output activities. This would be some sort of movement that's really easy to perform and has a very low cost. Something like a counter movement jump onto a box or a medicine ball toss for height. And the second and third thing I'd like to accomplish is to provide a stimulus that's going to retain size and strength of the upper body. The upper body is usually less sore and less fatigue after a game, so it's not a bad idea to do this then. This is going to consist of one main movement for the upper body, something like a bench press or an overhead press. And this can be performed with 1 to 3, maybe 4 sets of anywhere between 3 and 6 reps around that 70 to 80% 1 rep max range. And this can be followed by a circuit of some sort of accessory movements that you like to perform for the upper body. So that's what I would like to do after a game. Now training in the middle of the week when you're fresh, this is what I would like to do. This is an ideal day to train the lower body. This is the time of the week that I think it's a good idea to sprint, keep the volume and distance low. This is a great time to train high neural outputs, a great time to train for high power outputs, loaded jumps, Olympic lifts, and get your lower body strength work in. Do your main lower body exercise 1 to 3 sets, 2 to 5 reps at 70 to 85% of 1 rep max. You could throw in some accessory work or unilateral work too, just keep the volume low on that. And in my opinion, I always like to do something for the hamstrings like a Nordic curl or an RDL. And lastly, we'll briefly talk about what you can do the day before a game. The day before a game is a great time to train for low volume, high output movements. Short sprints, accelerations, either loaded or unloaded, low volume jumping or Olympic lifting, and even some low volume heavy strength work. This day is all about potentiating performance for the following day without causing any sort of fatigue. So that's my advice and my thoughts on training in season. Obviously, it's going to be different depending on your sport and the schedule you have and a lot of other factors as well, but hopefully that information helps you.